know your website isn't working, right? Quick question. If someone lands on your website right now, what actually happens next? Do they get engaged instantly? Get followed up with automatically? Or do you just get another email notification after they filled out a form, creating more manual work? Congratulations. You basically built a crusty, dusty digital flyer pretending to be a business system. Some of y'all are still only using Calendly and outdated landing pages like your link in bio is a full business infrastructure. You have no automation in your business. Number one, you send people to a book a call link or a contact form that quietly dies in your inbox, while your lead quietly hires your competitor with AI. Fact, 88% of visitors won't return after a bad website experience, and businesses can lose up to 50% of leads from slow follow-ups without AI automation. Then entrepreneurs say, AI doesn't work for my business. No, the outdated systems you haven't updated, the slow response times, and your outdated manual workflows are failing your business. It is time to upgrade. Remember, scared money doesn't make money. At the HELLO LLC, we build AI-powered websites that connect your CRM, social media, marketing, and AI agents into one smart AI ecosystem that works for your business 24/7. Plus, we can show you, teach you, or do it for you. Hello! Your website shouldn't just exist. It should execute. Stop hiring for problems systems should solve. Go scan your systems with Izzy, our intuitive AI agent, at the HelloLLC.io and see what AI can replace in your business. Toodles! Hey business owners,
Well, welcome on in, everybody. It's so great to be here. Happy Thursday. It's a beautiful day here in Bangkok, Thailand, and over in Atlanta, Georgia. We have Miss Kim Martin-Raymond here today, and we have some special things up our sleeve. Say hi, Mr. Jones, first.
Swadika.
Swadika. So it's so great. Yeah, so it's so great to be here. We're going to jump on into this. We have Miss Kim Martin-Raymond with us. Miss Kim is an ordained minister, first and foremost. She's a certified spiritual life coach. She's a holistic nutritionist, health and wellness coach, professional speaker and author, and an amazing podcast host of the How Now podcast. Let me say that 10 times fast. But Miss Kim reigns from Atlanta, Georgia. She is from Queens, New York. But
Get
it right. Let me say that.
That's right.
But the most important thing that she is up to is she is helping other people defined with a D, themselves.
That's right.
So, Miss Kim, tell us more about how you're helping others redefine themselves.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. Hello, everyone. I am so grateful for this opportunity to share my business and to share things that have been going on in my now. So, just great to be here. This has been quite a journey, so to speak. I last year did a 365-day challenge where I was challenging people to create healthy habits, mind, body, and spirit. And this is a year of execution. And for me, it's been all about executing, learning from the things that I've learned. And this right here is something that I'm like, this is all new to me. This whole AI platform, getting used to these things. I'm an old head. I just celebrated a birthday a couple of days ago, 56 years around the sun. So, I mean, there are some old things that were habits for me there that I had to make pivots on. And so, it's been a challenge to, promote my business, to promote my podcast. And I thought that that's what I was doing. I was online, I was posting. I have dozens of videos that have been posted and really wasn't seeing any movement. Now, how I knew something was kind of going wrong is I had a lot of people that were saying, hey, I can help you with your SEOs and I can help you with this, that, and the third. Now, one thing that I learned in business a long time ago is you do business with people you know, like, and trust. And there were a whole lot of people out there saying, oh, I can help you. But I didn't know them. I didn't know what they were going to do. I didn't know enough about AI to say, well, okay, let me ask this question and that question. I didn't know these people. I didn't trust these people. And so for a long time, I just sat and was just like, I'm just going to do what I know to do because I know myself and I trust myself. So I'm just going to go with that. And that really limited my business. And it wasn't until recently, I have my husband, shout out to Jay, and was asking him, I said, hey, you look at my videos and stuff. And he says, well, you have to log in. And I was like, what do you mean you have to log in? He was like, well, to see your videos on YouTube, they have to log in. And I was like, no, I thought that because I put the link, it automatically went to the link. So I'm thinking all these years, 6 seasons I've been doing the How Now podcast. And half the time, nobody was seeing them because people were not signing in. They weren't signing into Facebook. They weren't signing in, or if they didn't have those platforms, nobody was seeing my work. So that was the biggest challenge. I'm thinking that people are seeing things in my mind's eye when actually they weren't. And that's why I was being inundated with all these calls of people saying, I can help you promote your business. And I wasn't listening. I wasn't saying, what do you see? Or they just showed me, oh, this is what you see. You're not getting people. People are not, are not viewing it, but they weren't telling me that people couldn't access it.
Yeah.
So I was stuck.
Yeah. And, before we get into all of that, you bring up something that's so key. You're good at your podcast. You're good at your ministry. You're amazing at writing your books. But what you're not good at is the social media, the marketing, the systems. And you would be amazed of how many people we reach out to and show them that prime example. And they'll be like, nope, I'm good. They don't want help. And then they wonder why their business isn't growing. They wonder why their friends haven't sent them a message and say, hey, I got to do this. Hey, I got to do that, because they're not doing it. And not only that, you don't know what you don't know. And you're great at doing that, but you're not great at systems and marketing. And that's where we share with people, scared money don't make money. And
I
you
love
have to be able to really invest in yourself and not say you just have a business, but actually have a business and showcase your business the way it should be showcased, especially what you just said.
Yeah.
Implementing AI, implementing systems, and going with somebody that you knew. So my first question to you before I get into that was, what was the moment that you said, you know what? I'm going to do business with the Hello LLC with David and Tara. When was that clip to say, that's the people?
Well, actually, referrals are everything. I have a trusted friend and advisor, and she worked with you all, and I saw the beautiful work that you did with her. I saw some of the things. I was able to speak to her and follow the things that she was doing. And I was just seeing so many dynamic things that she was doing with her website. And everywhere I looked, I was inundated with all of the things that she was doing. And I was just like, wait a minute, she's out there and she's doing these things. And I'm like, okay, I still am working in the corporate arena. And I was like, she must have, great people behind her who can do all of these things. And I'm sitting here and I'm doing all these things by myself. And I was like, check her out. And it's just that I saw so many other things. I was like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? My curiosity was piqued because I was seeing all of these wonderful ways that her business was being presented, and it was clean and it looked professional. And I was like, okay, I'm sitting here trying to scramble to get things done, and between my traveling for work and trying to do this, I was like, I'm not able to make that smooth transition. So it was more of a curiosity. I want to know, what is it that she's doing and how is she doing that? And then when I finally had an opportunity to, have a discovery call with you all, that's when the magic started. You started speaking my language. You started talking about some things, and it wasn't, and you allowed me to ask questions. I am a quintessential question asker. As a person who was working on my doctorate, I know how to research and dig. And so I started digging. I started doing my homework. And, being able to come on and to be able to ask questions and to have you share ideas and tell me the things that that you all were doing and how you were, creating this Biz-N-A-Box. I was like, okay, I need to know more about this. And you made it easy. You used layman's terms. You didn't talk over my head and have me more dazed and confused than when I started. I came away feeling like, okay, I think I got this.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, what was some of the things that you were dealing with that was an absolute chaos in your business before we came and had that conversation?
Again, like I said, the thing was, I'm posting and not receiving any feedback at all because people could not access my information. I have all of these wonderful videos, all these things that I've been doing. Like I said, I started my podcast back in 2020. And I was like, why don't I have more people following me? Why are people not seeing it? I didn't realize that they weren't seeing it. So that was my biggest thing, not being seen, but thinking that I was.
Yeah.
You get a few people, you get a couple of likes. So I just figured, oh, just people aren't interested, you know, not that, hey, people aren't seeing it.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest one.
And some other things was prime example. Now your book is no longer on Amazon. You're able to sell your book straight through your Biz-N-A-Box where you don't have to get cut and slice and dice and compete with other
Yeah,
people. You now can showcase your business and all that you do, and people can buy right on your Biz-N-A-Box. And you have automation where people aren't going
yeah,
here, going there. It's easy for people to get to. And more importantly, you got some new tools for people to be able to really get everything they need right there on the spot.
that's it. I mean, I had, I'm an old head. I had the link tree, where I try to remember to put everything on there and to update things. And that's the challenge when you're trying to do it alone. It Therein lies the challenge. I'm like, I don't have anybody to do it. So every day I'm cutting and pasting. I'm my own editor. I'm my own promoter. I'm my own, and doing that and everything else that I do,
Ain't nobody
it
got time for
becomes
that.
exhausting. Ain't nobody got time for that. You're right. And the older I get, the harder it gets to, the vision, all those things. I'm like, okay, I can't see as good. I'm not moving as quickly as I used to. And then, like you said, with the technology was running far ahead of me. Everybody's like, well, use Canva, use this, use that. And I'm just like, I'm still on, PowerPoint. Okay. So that
Yeah.
was a thing. Catching up with the times. That was a big detriment too. I didn't know the tools. I don't know the chat GBTs and the AIs, all these. I was like, what is all of that? And there's still a part of me that's like, no, I'm not ready to learn all these things. That's too much. It's like somebody turning the hose on you. It's like, it's too much information and I don't have enough space in my brain for that. I got space in my brain for passwords. That's about it. so, so
Well, and
that's it.
that's the challenge most people, face. They're like, it's cool. That's really cool, but I do not have time. That is, one of the biggest challenges. So as we talk about the Biz-N-A-Box, and David was sharing that your Biz-N-A-Box now has everything and all in one tap.
Yeah.
My question for you is, when you finally got your hands on this and you got to sit down and scroll through it and be able to be with it, what was the biggest wow factor for you, knowing that where you came from and what you were dealing with now? What did that wow? What was that?
It it advanced me. First of all, it brought me into this century. Okay, my stuff looked antiquated. I was like, okay, yes, it looks clean, yes, but it looked so elementary. I wanted clean lines, I wanted bold colors, I wanted things that pop, and that was the first thing that caught my attention. How clean it looked. I had several people who looked at it and they were like, it just looks so clean. It looks so good. The colors, everything just pops. It looks great. It's not too busy. It's not too overwhelming. And that was the thing. I think about the people in my age and I think about my target audience, and they're people who want to see clean lines. They want to be able to click on things. They want things to be seamless. And that's what I saw initially. And I was like, yes, yes, yes. That was the first thing that caught my attention. And then having the video that it talks about my business. I was like, look at me talking there. That was the part that blew my mind. And then the apparel, having a little shop there, having a shop not only for my apparel and my products, but also for my books. like you said, I have an Amazon authors page, and having all these clicks and movements and things like that, where is some people are not going to do more than 2 clicks, and they're like, okay, well, that's just too much. I'm not going to do all of that. To have everything in one place, have everything just be seamless, that did it for me. I was like, okay, that's what people want. People want a one-stop shop. People sit there and they scroll all day. They don't want to scroll through several pages, and they want to be able to get everything right there. All of my products, all of my services, everything is right there at their fingertips without having to go anywhere else. And so that was the wow factor for me. But those clean lines, yes. The colors, yes. The logo, yes. Yes.
Well, I have to chuckle, and I'm going to tell everybody before we play your amazing video that you were just talking about. I have to chuckle because during our scope call, Miss Kim says, "So you might have seen my colors that I put in there, but they're my favorite colors. But it's emerald green, it is blue, it is purple, and it's a bronzy copper color. But those are my favorite colors, and I would really love it if you could incorporate that." And I go, "You bet." And I got off the phone and I went to Dave and I go, "Well, I'm either going to knock this out of the park or I'm going to fail miserably. So let's try it. Let's see if we can meld all four."
Yes.
I'm like, woo, you got a challenge. I said, I'm glad
I'm
you
like,
did that, not
and
me.
she nailed it. And you nailed it. She nailed it. Wait till you see. Y'all seen it. Some of y'all seen it already. She nailed it.
Thank you. Well, challenge accepted is kind of what I said. And I thought, well, I think I can make that happen. So, but
Yeah.
before further ado, let's
Yeah.
just check out this amazing video.
If you guys don't know about our Hello AI Motion Works, we take this to a whole new level. So, when you don't want to get behind the camera like we are now and worry about the lighting, worry about what you're going to say, worrying about you messing up this word, that word, this is where Kim now gets to take this video and utilize it on her social media. She now gets to utilize this when she goes to speaking engagements, and now they can put it on the big screen while they're waiting or during her commercials. She now has a new commercial. This is all in one tool. This alone is well worth the Biz-N-A-Box alone for her now to be able to say, here, take a look at this. But check it out.
Hi, I'm Kim Martin-Raymond. Through my How Now podcast, I help you learn how to live in the now, build your mental, spiritual, and wellness toolbox, and respond to life instead of just reacting. With my Spirit Body Transformation program, I guide African American professional women over 40 to lose weight, reclaim energy, and align mind, body, and spirit for lasting results. I also offer transformational trainings, coaching, and speaking engagements designed to empower you, your team, and your community to grow, lead, and thrive. If you're ready to step into purpose, wellness, and transformation, let's take this journey together.
Boom.
All right.
All right.
So
Love
when you
it.
shared that video with one of your friends or your colleagues, my first question would be, what was the best response that you've gotten from your Biz-N-A-Box? Who would that
They
be?
were like, oh my gosh, look at that. They was like, it's a whole, like you said, they're like, it's a whole commercial. But the biggest one, like I said, and I shared this with you guys earlier, was my husband. He was like, you do all of that? I was like, excuse me, what? So he was just like, wow, it just encompasses everything. And the one thing I said, they were like, it's so you. It's so, that's what you do. This is how you promote. These are all the things that you're doing. And it's all in one place. So that was the thing that was the wow factor for them. They're like, you got a whole little video there. And I was like, I know, right? It was like a whole commercial about everything that I do without having to be all over the place. Like I said, I've got a laundry list of things that I do, and it's nice to have it all consolidated in one place.
Yeah, and while we have it up on the screen so people can see it, right? To where now, not only that, no more crusty, dusty business cards for you, which is huge. You said, taking you up, a step and being able to really, take you out of the old age and bring you to the new age. We tell people all the time that crusty, dusty business card is going in somebody's pocket, going in somebody's purse, going in somebody's cup holder, and you yourself, you have a whole bucket list of business cards that you never put in your phone. And then we talk about social media. When people are on social media, you don't have them saved on your phone. You haven't followed them as a friend, so you can't contact them. They're not
Right.
looking at your social media. But now on your good old phone, hey girl, what you doing? Go to
That,
my QR code. Scan my code. Oh, girl, you got one
that's right.
too.
That's
Scan
right.
one of those. They now get to scan it. Everybody knows QR codes going to the restaurants now. Now
That's
you can
right.
say, "Hey, what's your favorite? What's your favorite platform?" Oh, girl,
That's
I'm on
right.
LinkedIn. You get to hit that LinkedIn, and now you get to follow yourself from their phone, and now you are fully connected. Ain't
That's
no,
right.
oh, you need to follow me. Oh, girl, you ain't follow me. I ain't connected. Now, when you post, she now gets to see your posts. And this is where we share with entrepreneurs and business owners. You got to start thinking a lot
That's
better. And you got to start thinking logical and being preventative with your business and stop having that bucket load of business cards that you're never going to put in your phone. They're never going to hit the follow button because how busy are you and how many notifications are on your phone right now that you ain't got to, especially as a business owner. So time is of the essence. And that one line alone, where, hey, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok, I got my email here, I got my phone number here.
that's
Anything
right.
you want, people get to go to that one link, and that is huge, right? And this
Yes, it is.
your actual AI video up here. A lot of people, like your last website, we ain't gonna go to that one, right? But a lot of people put a lot of writing, and people
Yes.
ain't reading. Just let y'all all
Right.
know, people are not reading your bios whatsoever. They want
They're
to be
barely reading that right
barely,
there.
right?
Barely.
Barely. And
Right.
now your
Woo-hoo.
logo that is up there, right? People getting to go and watch your latest podcast right here. Press the button where they don't have to log into your YouTube. They ain't got to do none of that, right? No more
Yes.
excuses. Hit the button. And then if they want to go to any podcast that they're on, hey, hit the button, go listen to it. Simple, sweet, easy to where, and then we make it even better for you. Don't go to none of those. Go listen to our podcast right on the Biz-N-A-Box. Boom. You get to hit the play button and it's right there. So this is where, it makes it so nice and smooth. And so, Miss Kim,
Yeah.
I'd love for you to take over from here and now share with the people what you do, man. Let's tell them what you do because a lot of people don't know. And now the
Yeah.
spotlight is on you. Come on.
Yes. Okay. Well, like I said, the biggest thing that I am known for is my How Now podcast. Like I said, it started back in 2020. And, it was where we talk about how to live in the now because we were going through a pandemic and people were just trying to say, well, what do we do now? And what do we do? And I was like, it's not what now, it's how now. How are we navigating in this new space that we're in? And so that was the beginning of How Now. And I, went through the process of getting it trademarked and being able to share with people what we're doing in the now, how we're navigating in this space. So a big portion of what I've been doing over these last couple of years is my podcast, and that airs every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, I started having people look out for that. I created a YouTube page because people, my special friends, they said, well, oh, you have a podcast. Where can I watch it? I was like, it's a podcast. You listen to it. And they were like, oh, no, where can you watch it? And so I had to make a pivot. I was like, okay, so people want to see it. So, I started my Hannah YouTube channel. And so those were things. And I created playlists. And so that was a space for me to be able to sharing some of the videos that I thought people were seeing. So, I do my podcast. I also do spiritual life coaching. As a minister, I've been a minister for 7 years. And so, I do life coaching and helping people to be able to, you know, create overall wellness. Everything for me is about mind, body, and spirit. That's what wellness encompasses. So that, they all intersect at some point. Okay. I see we're looking at the page where I went through my wellness journey. So, I lost 64 pounds 4 years ago. And, one thing that, ties all of these things together is that there's a point where you decide that you're going to make a change, but you don't realize how it changes different aspects of your life. One thing that I did when I started my wellness journey is I already didn't think I was going to be successful. So, when I think about redefining, and the reason why I have that compass is because you have to know where you are in order to know where you're going. And so what happened was I had a destination in mind. I wanted to start that wellness journey. And then when it actually worked and I got there and I got to my destination, I was like, oh my God, now I don't know what to do. I didn't have a budget. I had a whole bunch of clothes that didn't fit, and I didn't know what to do. So there were a lot of things that were going on that that prompted me to say, okay, how do all of these things tie in together? How does my ministry tie in? How does my wellness tie in? How does my podcast tie in? All of these things tie in because they're all intersecting at some point. It took faith to be able to do my wellness journey. It took, being able to educate myself. It took, being able to encourage myself. All of these things had to come together. It all encompassed how are we doing things now? How am I navigating in this space? How am I coping? And my acronym for coping is create our peaceful existence. How are we creating our peaceful existence? And we're doing that in all of these different ways. And so that's how, all of my business ventures here tie in together because they're allowing you to tap into different areas of your life and to see how they intersect. What toolboxes are you creating? So that way, whatever the situation is that you're dealing with, you have a tool to reach for. And it's not the same tool for everything. So that's pretty much my business in a box, creating ways for us to, make wellness an overall habit.
I want you to share with the people what you shared before we got on this call. And before you do, when you share the story, I want you to understand that this is a story that you create in every aspect of your life, and that all is one. And that is what you're sharing with your weight loss journey, that you have to lose weight from your mind to lose the weight, to release the weight from your body. And
Yeah,
that's what you did. And
yeah.
so I want you to share with the people what you shared with me now that you have your Biz-N-A-Box that you shared.
Now I don't know which one to. I've told you so many things.
The self sabotage.
Yes, the self-sabotage. Okay, yeah. Now, once you created the Biz-N-A-Box and I scrolled through and looked at everything, the one thing that I had a moment of imposter syndrome. I was like, I can't do all of these things. For a long time, for me, it was a matter of not a fear of failure, but a fear of success. I was like, if I do all these things and people know that I can do all these things, am I going to be able to meet the demand? Am I going to be able to do things? And for me, I was like, okay, I started backpedaling. I was like, I can't do this. This is not something that I feel comfortable doing. I'm sharing this and now people are going to see all these things and now people are going to be able to reach out to me. And I guess I got comfortable with them not reaching out, thinking that, oh, okay, well, I'm right. My business isn't really what it is. And now that I know that people are going to be able to see this and they're going to be able to check it, I had that fleeting moment, like, I can't do this. I'm not going to be successful at this. And then I had to say, no, wait a minute, stop. This is where those toolboxes came in. I had to be able to reach back and say, okay, Kim, what about your faith? You believe that all things are possible. So you can do this. Yes, you can. These are things that you do all the time. These are things that come as second nature to you. These are the healthy habits that you've created, and you can share those with other people. So I was able to turn it around. But to see it all like this in one place for that moment, I was like, no, I can't do this. I guess I was comfortable with people being confused and not being able to find me because then I could hide. And
Yeah.
now it's all here. It's all here. There's no hiding. I'm coming out.
Bingo. The Biz-N-A-Box is it. In reality, it redefined you, not defined you, but defound you because you were already there. You were already doing. You're already walking the walk.
That's
You're
right.
already
365 days every day.
yeah.
Remember
Okay.
that. I
That's right.
every day.
That's right.
Nonstop. I was like,
That's
who
right.
is this lady?
Okay. Okay. And like I said, this is years of execution. Yeah. This is all about execution.
Yep. David
Yeah.
recognizes the consistency because he is the same way when it comes to a commitment about going live or something. And so
Yeah.
that's where you hit the nail on the head. We all do this. We all kind of hide behind our own story that we have going on. David and I do this too. So like this is why.
That's why I'm calling it out, because I had that story.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have that story, and I share that. So.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's what this is about, is being able to humanize what happens. And this is a part of it. There's so many people out there that are watching this, that are going to watch the replay, and they're going to be like, I know what she's talking about, because I have that same thing. Or I'm hiding behind my own, whatever it is, website, podcast, whatever it is. Like, for a long time, David always like, Tara, you're a cute kind of button. You should be seen. You're a button that should be seen. And David is constantly like, go live, be more visible. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm okay over here.
No, she's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Well,
I'll do it.
And ultimately I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good over here. But what happens is that comfortability and not showing up for your own self. Now, here's the kicker. Guess what, Miss Kim? When we do show up, just like you're showing up here, just like you're putting your best foot forward here, people need that. People want that. I know. It's even recorded. See? So the point being is that the beautiful thing about this is that your Biz-N-A-Box actually redefined you. Defined as all be, to make sure we stay on brand, but it really refound your own love for what you do.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a wonderful testimony, to be able to see all of these things, all this culmination of everything I do in one place. And to be able to say, okay, these are some things that I have as offering. These are gifts that were given to me by God. So now I can present them to people and say, okay, what are some steps that you are going to take? This is holding me accountable for all of the things that I say that I do and all the things that I say that I am. And now they're here and there's no question about it. And so that's the beauty of this. This is another tool in my toolbox that's going to help me to be successful. I have to share that one quick story. I ran into my dear girlfriend. We and her have been trying to catch up with each other between my traveling for work and everything. I have not had an opportunity to see her. And I ran into her yesterday in my favorite spot. I call it the GW, the Goodwill. I love going in there. And I happened to run in there and ran into her. And I was like, girl, what are you doing here? And she's like, girl, she said, I've been binge watching your podcast. I was like, what? Because like I said, she's my friend. I gave her direct, access. And she said, I've been binge watching your show. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm going live. I saw her yesterday. She said, I'm going live. I said, I'm going live tomorrow. And I said, I've got a new platform. And what did I do? I went right to my phone. I have my link on it they gave me. I have my QR code. She scanned it. She was able to stand right there in the store and scroll through. She was like, girl, this is amazing. Oh my gosh. Look wow. And she was like, it's got everything connected. And it was just beautiful to be able to do that. Usually I have a little dot card, or I have a little card and I'm trying to scan something. And yes, I have business cards that are refrigerator magnets. Don't judge me. No judgment.
We all got to make the pivot one day.
So I go around with
you might be glad I didn't know about that beforehand. I would have made
around with refrigerator magnets in my wallet, and I would just give people, here's a magnet.
Heavy's all outdoors, going through the airport security. Just man, what's in your what's in your purse? You can't be taking all these magnets.
What is happening? So it's because what do you have in your hand all the time? Your phone. And that one of the first things that you told me to do, David, you was like, all right, go on your phone, click on this, go to these settings, and it's right there. And so anybody who needs it, bam, right there. Without having to go through, I don't have to go through scrolling through all these things, trying to go, connect here and wait, let's see if our phones connect. Everybody can do a QR code. Everybody can take a picture. Everybody has done it. So it's the ease with which I can share information now without having to go through all of these, jumping through all of these hoops. This is magical. This
And this
is
is the benefit, right, of why we have our pivot membership that you're joining
yes,
and being a part of
yes,
that, where a lot of entrepreneurs don't know these ins and outs and the time that's saved,
right.
right? And so one of the questions that I have for you, and Tori, you can ask the last question, is, now that you just shared a great story, what is your confidence level now that you have your Biz-N-A-Box compared to your old website? Like, now that you went through that experience, compared to what you had, right, to what you have now, would you do business with yourself looking at your old business?
No, no, no. But now, like, all I'm doing is like, okay, let me make sure I got my calendar clear because it's about to be full.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. Yeah, I'm confident in that because this was the step that I needed to take. This was the investment that I needed to make in myself. Because why go through all of these things? Why have all of these gifts and not be able to share them and not be able to present them in a way that's going to help people to say, oh, okay, I see where she's going. I've been around for a long time and people just were like, well, we know Kim, but we don't quite know what she has. We know she has a podcast. We don't know quite what she does. Now people can see what it is that I do. That's no longer a question, you know?
Yeah.
They see you in a certain light or they see you in one area and don't know that there are so many other things that you do. And now they can see. They're like, oh, you have books? Yes, I've written 6 books. People are like, you wrote a book. People don't know what they don't know. And now everything is presented. Everything is for them.
Yeah.
Everything is right there at their fingertips. So that's why my confidence level is going up because I was like, okay, it's showtime now.
Yeah.
So now it's like, go on, get ready. So I'm ready for the overflow.
And this is what we share with our clients. We do so much more than just AI and automation and technology. We give you your time back and we help you look a whole lot better and you be more confident about your business and you showcasing your business the way it should be showcased and help you go to the next level. And we can build a foundation for you that's 10,000 square foot or 100,000 square foot, especially with our Hello Nexus that we just created. So do not be afraid to understand new technology. And more importantly, don't you want that confidence? Don't you want to be able to say, hey, I went from here to there? And you just said it yourself. You wouldn't do business with yourself. I want people to hear that. You
That's
wouldn't
right.
do business with your own self, with your old platform. How many other people are looking at their old website or utilizing a Calendly link or telling people to go to this outdated landing page that somebody just learned how to build and now they're trying to tell you how to do your business and they haven't done it. And this is the difference between people that have actually done it and have experience to people that haven't. And this is what we get to showcase and actually have clients that can come on here and say, boom, this is what they've done.
That's it. The one thing that I love that y'all both do is that you talk to me. You asked me what it was that I wanted. You asked me what it was that I was looking for, and you allowed me to make it my own. I looked at other people's sites and I was like, okay, well, that's not necessarily me or no. The one thing I said, I don't want it to be busy. I don't want it to be distracting. I want it to be clean lines. I want it to be these colors. And you took what I asked for and you made it, you brought it to life. And that's the beauty of anything that you're doing when you can articulate the things that you want and people can help you to meet that. We all have tools, we all have things that we want to do, we all have things that we are capable of, but we don't always have all tools. We may have tools in our toolbox, we may not know how to use them all. And it's wonderful to be able to have somebody who can walk along with you, who can stand there and hand you the pieces that you need to build what it is that you're building. So you
Yeah.
all came in and you supported me, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, the beautiful thing about that is the simple fact that, we were just reading from Mr. Baker here, Bakar, I'm sorry, Mr. Bakar here, and he was talking about how you're, giving, the direct connection back to the readers. And, there's nothing wrong with other platforms. We're not here to bash other platforms, but what we are here to say is that we're here to empower the smaller dog in the fight. proverbial fight. And sometimes we tend to go to other larger platforms that are well known by millions of people in this world because we think that that brings value or visibility to us. And in reality, it might bring visibility to you in a little bit of way, but they're also making you pay grand, enormous amounts through what they keep. And so, what I'm speaking about is bringing your books straight to your platform and bringing them on to where now you have the ability to sell your books directly on the platform where they're immediate, instant downloads, where your readers can get them instantly. So, what happens here is that you're not only creating an experience for your clientele and your users of instant at the fingertips, which we all love as consumers.
Yeah.
We all love to have that instability at our fingertips. But also what it does is it does that same thing for you. It's a win-win. You are stopping to fumble around. Your clients are directly to the point of what they want to find. I'm here for books, Miss Kim. I know you talk and I know there's a podcast, but I want to read your books. Or I'm here for life coaching. Oh my gosh, I need to get my life together. I don't care about books. I'm here for this.
Right.
And that's what the beautiful thing about your Biz-N-A-Box, your one app, one tap, you're straight here into what is going to work for you. So you're not fumbling through your purse trying to find your magnets and trying to explain to people that, hey, what is it can I help you with? Because guess what? David and I learned a long time ago, and this is something that you brought up, and this is why we asked you, what do you want? Because we can love it. We love your Biz-N-A-Box, but it's not ours. We are not the ones who purchased it to make it, and it must be what you love, because that is the type of business that David and I do. And what this does for you in the whole grand scheme of things is not only it vets you out. This is an instant vetting. When you introduce somebody, when you say, hey, for instance, Miss Leah Garcia is on here, which is actually the amazing person you got to talk with and saw what we were able to do for Miss Leah. So she was your social proof. And what happens is her Biz-N-A-Box was social proof to you. And now your Biz-N-A-Box is social proof to other people because they show up and they go, well, whoa, this woman has her stuff together. She knows what she's doing. She's got systems. She's got it's classy. It's nice. It speaks to her and who she is. And like you said, you didn't want a lot of animation. Other people love that. For instance, Miss Leah has amazing scrolling money falling in the background because she's making it rain. Doesn't mean you're not making it rain. You're making it glisten and gold with the gold that you got. So it's just about what speaks to everybody's thing. So as I wrap this up, listening to other entrepreneurs other entrepreneurs listening here today, they might be like, well, this is beautiful. I love it. It's great that you can do all this, but they might be in the same boat you were, juggling the social media, the scheduling, trying to update your website, trying to keep it. You even said, Miss Tara, you have things on my website that are my Biz-N-A-Box that are kind of things I don't do now. And that's a part of, the maintenance of it. So as I share all of this, what would you say that the value that having everything that the Biz-N-A-Box has brought to your life just in this short time? I know we've talked about this, but from a business point of view, the time, the energy, and how it vets you to your clients when they come to your site.
If you could whisper in their ear, what would you tell them?
What would you say?
What would you tell them? Somebody's like, I don't know about them. What would you tell them?
I would tell them, invest in you. I would tell them, invest in you. This is an investment in you. How do you see yourself? We always ask that question. How do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing over the next couple of years? And so it's a matter of saying, invest in you, invest in your vision. Allow HELLO LLC to be the architects, to be there. You have a frame, you have a thought or a design in mind. Allow them to be there to help you to get the pieces. You're still building your dynasty. You're still building, your foundation. allow them to be those pieces that are helping you to make that foundation sound. So that's what I would tell them. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself to the wonderful things that you all can do. So I'm grateful. Look, I've got my magnets down here. I'm tossing them.
Burn
They
those,
were
throw
they
those
were in my
things
purse.
away.
So I'm just like they're gone now. They're gone. The whole magnetic back and everything. Yes, they're gone. They're gone. They
Ain't
gone.
nobody's ain't nobody's refrigerators microwave no more because it's all AI.
That
You
part.
you messing up somebody's vision seeing into their refrigerator, girl. Nobody gonna want that. What you talking?
They can't
They
see
can't see what's in their
no more.
refrigerator. AI is gonna be like, get off of my screen,
That part.
right?
Oh, it's gone. But yeah, invest. Like I said, you guys are architects. I want people to remember that. Allow yourself to have people come in that are going to help you to build that foundation that you're creating. They're not trying to take it away from you. They're adding on to it. You're those pieces of lumber and those beams that are going to come in and make things firm, make things strong. And that's it. I can't do it alone. And now I have you all to help me. And don't deny yourself the opportunity to have those architects help you as well.
We all remember going to prom or, winter formal or whatever it was in school. And we all got ready in some form or fashion, whether it was the guys who went and got their tux rented or they borrowed a suit or they borrowed their dad's or their cousin's suit and they got it ironed. But nobody got ready by themselves. My point being is everybody went and got a haircut. The girls went maybe all to one house where somebody did makeup really good and somebody did hair really good. And those girls that just didn't really do that so good, they went and found help. But maybe they did nails really good or whatever it is. But we all came together as a community. And that's what this is that, look, we do systems. We curate the conversation for your business really well. We can look at your business and say, okay, this is the focal point. This is not the focal point. This is where we need to funnel people. And this is how we need to solve some of your visibility, your solutions, your systems, whatever that problem is. That's what we do really well. David and I have done this for combined over 40 plus years in corporate America. So this is why we're really good at this. But guess what? We're not the ones that are going to be up here ordained ministers. We're not doing that. That's not our lane. We're not like Miss Leah Garcia, who's going to be over here giving you financial advice about what you need to be investing in. That's not our lane. But the thing is that you two do it extremely well. And so we're going to tell people to go see you guys for that, just like you're going to share with people to come see us for what we do. And that's the beauty of community. And that's what this is about.
That's it. Y'all are in my toolbox.
It's the new currency. Yeah, we did. We didn't even practice that.
You don't know. But Ms. Kim, we are so grateful that you gave us the keys to your business, number one.
Yes.
And said, here. When we very first started this business 8 years ago, a lot of people don't know, we were going to call this Pimp Your Website. And it was not the good name. And we got reminded of that very, very, very quickly.
It was funny in the moment, but probably not the best.
Some of you that do know us, it then got changed to Hello Briefcase. Yeah. That was the original name. And now it's Biz-N-A-Box. And now we've made another evolution of our Hello Nexus. And so this is just, once again, this is Tara and I building our business and now being able to implement it for other people because we started in network marketing. Yeah. I lost 80 pounds in 6 months. Tara lost 60 pounds in 6 months. Yeah. We started on a wellness journey just like with yourself. Yeah. And then we found, how it could help us. And we went to go help other people. And now here we are now. And so this is where we get to tell our story. That's our journey. That's now your glory or your story, God, or help you get over your landmines. And this is where we get to come together. And so this is why we stress so much. Get out of your own way. Yeah. Stop saying, oh, I don't need that. My website is this. No, it's not. Because I can tear it apart right now. ChatGPT will do wonders with it now with me just putting in your website link. So this is where we really got to update and move forward. But with that said, Ms. Kim, last words. Tell people where they can find you, how they can get a hold of you, what you want to share with them on their way out of here. Talk to us, man.
Okay. Tell them go to www.hownowpodcast.com. That's all you need. One stop shop. I love the way y'all said that. One app, one tap. All right. like I said, just walk in your purpose. Make sure that you're walking in your purpose, that you're using the toolboxes that are going to help you to respond and not react to the things that are going on. Okay. And that's all I have to say about that. Until I see you all the next time, I say peace. Make sure you check out the How Now podcast on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Check me out. Check out my website. Okay. One stop shop, one tap, one app.
Yes, ma'am.
You know the drill.
You know how it goes.
Love,
Kindness,
integrity,
but most importantly,
commitment,
and
consistency.
and until next time,
Toodles.
doodles.
Let's be real. If your business still runs on messages, memory, and manual work, you're not scaling. You're surviving.
Follow-ups fall through, your team stays busy. Still using old business cards and outdated websites? But growth still feels stuck.
That's not a people problem. That's a systems problem.
At the HELLO LLC, we build digital infrastructure that replaces chaos with clarity. Hello! And we do it 2 ways.
If you're building your brand, check out the Biz-N-A-Box and the Hello Pivot membership. We can show you, teach you, or do it for you. The foundation and the systems for your marketing, social media, and live experiences to launch, grow, and stay consistent without doing everything yourself.
For companies with 3 to 25 employees. We implement our HELLO Nexus, a complete AI-powered infrastructure built with intelligent, intuitive AI agents that go far beyond what you see on the surface.
This all-in-one business system is powered by AI agents that don't just respond and are more than just website. It's an experience inside your company. Hello Nexus executes the work behind your business, handling workflows, follow-up, operational output, captures leads, follows up instantly, booking appointments, and keeps your business moving automatically, so you don't need to hire more staff.
AI agents implemented across your new website, SMS, social media, and voice, all working together as one connected system.
And this is the difference. Being preventive in your business with AI. It's not just a tool. It's not just something that looks good. It's a fully integrated AI system designed for the next phase of your business, where everything works together behind the scenes and creates an experience for your customers with updated branding and marketing strategies.
Collaboration is the new currency, and we've been doing this for over 10 years. We don't just test it, we implement it.
Because AI isn't the future. It's already at your doorstep, and implementation is the key. So whether you're building your business or scaling your company,
Welcome to the HELLO LLC, where we implement smart AI systems that turn conversations into yes for your business. Choose your path and get started now at thehellollc.io.
let's be real. If your business still runs on messages,